Hey guys, Amazon has released their most underwhelming tablet so far this year, and their only tablet, which is the Fire HD 8. Now, right now, it's on sale. I got it at for $55, and the sale is about to end in a couple hours, but the sale price is $55, so for a $50 tablet, it might be a viable option, but for MSRP, it's trash. Nobody should buy this for $100, and you'll see why. Just on the front, you can tell that it says it has 32 gigabytes of storage. How low is that for 2024? And 3 gigabytes of RAM. Usually tablets these days, even at the $100 price range, are getting like, 4 or even 6 gigabytes of RAM. 4 is considered low. On this one, we've got an HD display, 1280 by 800, a hexa-core processor, micro SD card slot up to 1 terabyte, and it says long-lasting battery life. Now, about the battery life, what's interesting is that they're not going to tell you how many milliamp hours, at least not right now from what I see on the listing. And I'll have a link down below for this listing here. But anyways, if we go down, it says on here that you're going to get about 13 hours of battery life. Now, the funny thing is that this set says the same thing for the Amazon Fire 8 Plus tablet. The same exact thing. So I'm not sure if they just recycled everything and just put it on top here, just everything they put. But either way, this is not a comparison video. One more thing I will show is the packaging of the Fire 8 and 8 Plus. So basically the biggest difference is with the regular 8-inch tablet, this had 2 gigabytes of RAM versus this is 3. So that should be the big improvement supposedly there. And it also has Dolby Atmos, by the way. But compared to the 8 Plus, it's almost identical, I would say. Well, anyways, and I don't know why it says front and rear cameras, like that's a big feature for a tablet. This is your pretty standard Fire tablet packaging here, nothing too crazy, pretty simple and straightforward. I never had a problem with it personally. And it also comes in 3 different colors. The one I got was an emerald. There's also pink and black. So this is what the emerald looks like, green. It's like a textured back this time, but still made of that cheap plastic. On the back, I see this camera that's flushed in. Actually, let's put this aside real quick and just see what else we get here. So it looks like it's gonna come with a USB-C to USB-A cable and a hello quick guide. And thankfully, we also have a USB-A wall outlet. Going back to the tablet here, on the top we've got 2 speaker grills. On the right side, we got the power button, volume keys, and then on the back is that flushed camera, a USB-C port, and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And then down here is the micro SD card tray, or slot, to place your micro SD card. Really nothing much else on the side here. On the front, we've got the front camera in the middle there. And then there is the 1280 by 800 IPS display. It feels a little washed out. There's nothing too special. It's not laminated either. As I'm going through setup, I quickly wanted to mention that you don't actually have to get a kid version of the Fire 8 if this is going to be for a kid. You can create a child profile here. Okay, out of the box, don't have much bloatware or anything. It's just the same old forked version of Android. I'm kind of glad because there were rumors that Amazon was releasing their own OS that's not even dependent on or doesn't have a forked version of Android, so it would have been even harder to get the Google Play Store on here. And I'll get to that in just a moment, but it looks like we don't have much storage to begin with anyways. So 24 gigs free, 24.28 gigs free right out the box. Really not that much at all. And the Fire OS is 8.3.25. So, it looks like there is an update here. 19 system updates to install. Interesting. Well, this is interesting. It looks like the update button is not working at all. So that's odd. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not really going to waste any more time here with this. Just going to move forward and see what else we have here. The camera seems all right here. Let's just take a quick picture. Looks like it might be enough to take notes in class or something along those lines. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, I can pretty much read a lot of things here. It's not too grainy. I can read all the way up to hexa-core processor. So that's not too bad. Here's the front cam. And it might be getting a little messed up because of the lighting here. So let me just move my camera and take another picture. It's a pretty poor camera overall. Really nothing as to be expected maybe. But yeah, just enough for a Skype call, video call, whatever it might be. It's not really a deal breaker whatsoever. However, what is is the App Store. This thing is hot garbage. Look at the lack of support that's on here. It looks like they're having some more like games on here, maybe a few more, but it's still not enough compared to the Amazon, the Google Play Store, and the App Store that iOS has. Yeah, this is hot garbage. I mean, look at the YouTube app itself. Look at this here. This is like the web browser version of it or something. I was wrong. And it doesn't have picture-in-picture, where you can have a mini player open. That really sucks. Really quickly, though, you can watch videos at Full HD 1080p on YouTube, and in streaming platforms, it's going to be, I believe, or it is going to be in HD up to 720p, just because this has an 1280 by 800 display. So nothing too crazy. The speakers are all right. It's kind of tinny, but at least there's 2 speaker grills instead of 1. And since they're from the top, they do feel somewhat immersive. I mean, nothing crazy again. It's all right. That feels so much better, having the Play Store. Gives me a peace of mind, honestly. And if you guys want to see a video on this, I'll try to make one later on. But anyways, going back to it, I got the CPU-Z downloaded. So here's what we have. The ARM Cortex-A55 2.0 clocked at 2.0 gigahertz. ARM Mali G52 MC2. Nothing special here. Same with this going down. It kind of just everything we talked about before. That's all it is here. And then here's some more info on DRM Info. It's the hardware is MT8169, and then we do have a widevine level of L1, as mentioned before, just to show everyone. In terms of performance, it's just like kind of a mixed bag. Just basic stuff is all right, but I do notice hiccups and stutters here and there. It does lag. You can do split screen function, but it'll only work so well just because there's 3 gigs of RAM. So for basic stuff like this, it'll be all right side by side. I'm going to check out Roblox here for game performance, and it's actually not doing a bad job. Is that Broly from Dragon Ball Z? Holy cow, that's a crazy skin. I digress. So performance on here does seem like it's viable. It's not awful or anything. I know Roblox seems like a pretty low-end game. It is kind of a low-end game, but I did notice lags and stutters here and there in the past. So this is doing a pretty decent job, all things considered. Let's step it up to Madden NFL, Madden 25 Mobile. All right, so this game here runs pretty well, surprisingly. Again, might be well optimized for low-end devices. I do notice a little bit more lag here when they're in the huddle or something, but actual gameplay is not that bad. So it can handle low-end games better than I expected at the very least. And I had negative feelings towards this because this was identical to the Fire 8 Plus and from 2022. It's just really nothing too special, especially because of the other options that are out there. But just purely based on this, if you're in the Fire ecosystem and for whatever reason you want to stay in that, this is an option. Maybe this might be a good idea for a kid at $54. I really would not pay more than that because there's other options out there. Like I think the Alcatel RT6, if that's the right model, goes for about $80, give or take. Aldo Cube has the iPlay 50 Mini, not the iPlay 50 Mini Pro, but the iPlay 50 Mini that, as of right now, it's going for $72 if you're a Prime member. Now, this is a sale. Otherwise, usually you can get it for about $80. Regardless, this is a better option than this. It has a 1920 by 1200 display, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM. But again, I haven't tested it out personally, so I can't really say too much on performance, but that might be worth checking out over this because of those reasons and the fact that you can watch videos at Full HD 1080p on streaming platforms. Wouldn't that be nice? So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. I'm just a little disappointed in Amazon. I mean, despite this playing somewhat decently, it's still a mediocre tablet overall, and I just wish they did something more creative here, or something better. Am I expecting too much? Just let me know in the comments below. And stay tuned as I'll be checking out more budget Android devices and smartphones and laptops. As always, guys, thanks for watching.